Going on to another question then, again, specifically on Guam, we often fail to recruit and retain special education specialists. I understand that's nationwide, but making it burdensome for our special needs students to attend public and even charter schools. So how can this administration support Guam in addressing these gaps?
Again, that really is more local use of funding and not controlled by the Department of Education.
When we get to our meeting, we'll also discuss how often we face financial hardships in the island when it comes to infrastructure improvements, and academic competitiveness. How does this administration plan to invest and uplift these students? Another concern of mine for the islands and many of the territories.
Yeah. Again, I look forward to our meeting to discuss those.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, just finally, another one for our topics of discussion. As you're aware, Guam often struggles with the needed infrastructure upgrades. Our storms and our cost of getting materials to the island is tremendous. And especially with our public schools, it's very costly. And so how does the administration, another one we can discuss, plan to address critical issues like these, ensuring that we can make our educational institution in the outlying areas world-class like all American institutions should be?
Well, I really do look forward to our meeting. I think I can address things better by sitting down and having a better understanding of your issues.
Okay. Likewise, when we get to our meeting, we'll talk about the shortages of medical physicians and nurses. We know nationwide, but even so more stressful for the territories. In addition, how the skinny budget has affected our special education funding. Likewise, for skilled trade and workers and high-skilled degrees in medical professions, how we can better that for our territories. Pretty much, I'm looking forward to a long discussion with you as soon as possible, Madam Secretary. I appreciate it.
And I'll make myself available for that.
That'd be wonderful, and we'll get you a trip to Guam. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I thank the gentleman. I recognize the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Kassar.
Secretary McMahon, thank you for joining us here today. Right now, the administration that you're a part of is pushing for a massive tax break for billionaires paid for by massive cuts to health care and food assistance for everyday Americans, including to the children that you're charged with educating. You yourself and your family, as a billionaire family of wealth of about $3.2 billion, can you share with us, do you know how much you and your family will receive in tax benefit if this Republican tax proposal gets pushed through?
No, I've not sat down and worked with my accountants on what tax. I can tell you most.
You have a general sense?
Well, I can tell you
millions or
last time
tens of millions?
taxes went through, I paid more.
And so you think that under this proposal, you will not, like the other billionaires, get millions or tens of millions of dollars in tax benefit?
I think this is kind of a ridiculous line of
questioning. No, it's not ridiculous, because here's what's important. The biggest bill being pushed by your administration for your average extremely wealthy person would give about a $4 million benefit. Your family's worth about $3.2 billion, so I imagine that you'd get millions of dollars in benefit from this tax bill. Does that make sense? Does that check out?
I don't know. I'd have to let you know.
Let's just
ask the member
Chairman,
how this refers to education.
My question. I'll refer to that, Secretary. So, okay, look, there are families watching at home from my district that could lose their health care, and they want to know why their health care would get taken away, and what it's paying for is overwhelmingly tax cuts for the wealthiest people in the country. And so what would you spend the $4 million on that you would get a benefit of at least $4 million?
Let's get to your educational line of questioning.
What would those families
deal with in this committee?
What would those families who lose their health care, who are watching, what would you spend the $4 million on that's worth more than their health care?
I'm not going to address the questions relative to me personally. I'm here as the Secretary of Education, and I'm
okay. So, as the Secretary of Education, then,
as
the Secretary of Education, do you think, yes or no, that kids will do better off in school if they have health care and their food needs met? Yes or no?
We all do better, and children will do better in school if their health needs are met. I agree with that.
Good. And so I guess for those kids, which there's going to be hundreds of thousands or millions of kids that lose their health care, how is it okay that they're going to lose their health care so that billionaires and billionaire families, I'm not just even picking just on you, but billionaire families like your own, can get a tax break? What, if you don't even know how many millions of dollars it is you'd get, how is that worth it?